Topping the news, the government taking legislative steps to make evacuations mandatory prior to a storm. This 1 month after Hurricane Dorian battered Abaco and Grand Bahama, leaving many displaced and more than 60 confirmed dead. Today, the nation's chief led off debate on amendments to the Disaster Preparedness and Response Act. Alto's Munnings joins us live from the House of Assembly with the latest from there. Good evening to you, Alto.
Good evening, Keishla, and good evening, Bahamas. Those amendments made by the Prime Minister today and the Disaster Preparedness and Response Act empowers the Prime Minister to make certain orders, including mandatory evacuation orders, curfews, and restrictions of movement in certain places for a scheduled period of time. Now, Prime Minister Minnis in the House of Assembly this morning detailed the government's intention to issue mandatory evacuation orders prior to any natural disaster.
The purpose of this legislation is to help save lives when we face storms and to maintain peace and order afterward.
And as those strong winds and surge from Hurricane Dorian prompted Grand Bahama and Abaco residents who stayed in their homes to evacuate immediately, Prime Minister Minnis maintains that whenever a mandatory evacuation order is issued, first responders will not be required to risk his or her life to rescue or recover any person until the Department of Meteorology gives the all clear that the weather conditions are no longer a threat.
When an evacuation order is in effect, any person within the specified area who refuses without justifiable cause to evacuate would commit an offense and is liable to a fine not exceeding $500 or a term imprisonment of 1 month or both. And where such refusal is likely to imperil the life of another, the fine could be up to $1,000 or 3 months in prison or both.
The Prime Minister also underscored the need for individuals to exercise personal responsibility during storm preparation.
When orders are made with the advice of experts of our Department of Meteorology, it will be important for all Bahamians and residents to listen and to follow reasonable instructions intended to save lives, using good judgment and relocating to higher ground or a safer area or building before the storm as advised could save your life and that of your family.
And a war of words was exchanged between the Prime Minister and Opposition Leader Philip Brave Davis during the Prime Minister's communication Wednesday morning that led to the Speaker of the House of Assembly addressing the chamber.
I expected a lively and emotional debate on this matter, but we cannot permit the debate to descend into name calling.
We welcome all input. We are open to ideas and constructive criticism. That is how democracy works.
And Keisha, the debate on the amendments to the Disaster Preparedness and Response Act continues right now, right behind me, here at the House of Assembly. Seconding the bill this morning was the Minister of Financial Services, Trade, Industry and Immigration and Member of Parliament for Yamacraw, the Honourable Ellsworth Johnson. Also speaking during this afternoon session, was the Honourable Dwayne Sands, Minister of Health, Opposition Leader Philip Brave Davis, Minister of Finance and Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable Peter Turnquest, as well as the Minister of Education and member for South Beach, the Honourable Jeffrey Lloyd. Reporting live from the House of Assembly, I'm H.O.A. Munnings. ZNS Network News. Back to you, Keishla.
Thanks a lot, Alto.